Hey guys, would you guys prefer a scraggly, scratchy beard or just permanent baby face? Like, what was the choice?
No,
What
you
do
can't.
make?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Scraggly.
You can't fucking. Hey, no, shut up. You can't do this.
Patchy.
Explain to the class why you were late.
Oh
yeah.
Are we really gonna do the whole daylight
We
savings
are
thing again
100%.
every single fucking year?
Because you do this every year. You haven't
don't know.
learned.
I'm not American, and no, I don't do it
But
every
you
single
work for
year.
an American show. It's your
No.
job.
No, that's
Get
stupid.
out of here.
Stupid rules. You guys are the only Americans I talk to these days. You gotta tell me.
And this
You're gonna
is
be
your
like,
job.
hey,
and we do this once
we're
a
setting
week,
our
and it's
clocks
twice
forward.
a year. You put it in your calendar. Fuck. God.
No way. I'm not putting that bullshit in my calendar. I'm not
Explain.
besmirching it.
Explain what happened to the listeners who don't know. Do it. Do it, Jackson. Go ahead.
I was an hour late because my clocks weren't set forward to your ridiculous made-up fairyland rules that you've got.
A
over
rule
there
that
about-
you have been following for the 7 years that this show has been going on, and you
Yeah, to be
every
fair.
time don't follow.
No, I
it.
do not. We just argue about it every single time. I have
Because
never.
You don't do it every single.
No,
time.
I have. I absolutely have. I have.
I know I'm exaggerating, but still, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Does Australia not have daylight
can't all be
savings?
perfect.
You guys do, right?
No, we do. We have Australian Eastern Daylight Savings, so I don't know when that kicks in either.
Oh, that's
So,
a different day.
Yeah, I don't know. There's too many. April 6th. there
April
you go.
6th.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
So
There's too many fucking rules.
So-
It's stupid. Just fucking keep it all the same. We have this
There are.
argument
Get rid
every
of it.
year.
if anything, I'm the only one who has an excuse not to know about this because I looked it up and I completely forgot that since 2016, apparently Turkey just got rid of it entirely. Like there was some debate in parliaments about whether like the upsides and downsides, and our president just said daylight savings, not gonna be a thing anymore. And everyone was just like, okay, yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. And
I
then
guess
we
that's
just
the
got rid
upside
it.
of a political coup. He gets rid of daylight savings.
Things get done
Worth it.
correctly. That's the
Yeah, worth
attempted
it.
coup.
that was the sentiment that people had during World War II when looking at Mussolini's Italy. They would say the trains are always on time, things run, it's efficient. You know, people didn't like it, but it worked. So yeah, why not?
If a dictator ran on the platform, well, first of all, dictators don't run on platforms, but if he was running on a platform of abolishing daylight savings time, be a hard pass for me. I'd be like, that's
That's my
because-
one day of the year I get to be late to the show. Why would I give that up?
I'm a one issue voter, and this apparently affects me every year. So
Yeah, see, I
that's
vote.
what I
I
would-
vote on stuff like human rights and immigration, but you can do daylight savings. That's important too, I guess.
I have a human right to not having to set my clock forward every now and then.
They're talking
have-
about it now in America. I think they should do it. Just get rid of it. It is so. I don't know.
I agree.
My co-host is late.
We
It
have
annoys
this
me.
conversation. We have this
I know.
conversation every single year. Well, I
Well,
still
we have
don't know
to,
why.
goddammit, until it stops.
I still don't know why it exists. It's for the cows or something? The farmers?
It's stupid. See, it happens to me. I stay up really late. That's my schedule. So what it happens to me is it'll be 1:59 in the morning, and I'll be doing just my regular shit, and I glance back at the clock, and it's suddenly 3 in the morning. And it
Yeah.
just fills me with unbridled rage because I'm not asleep during it like most people, and they just wake up a little more cranky going, oh yeah, daylight savings. I watch it happen, and I watch that hour of my life just suddenly disappear. And it
You watch the
fucking
government take an hour
infuriates me.
away from you? That sucks.
God.
Well, but then when it swaps back over, you gain an hour, right? That's the benefit.
Even then, I don't think the joy of gaining an hour makes up for the rage of losing an hour. I don't think they're equivalent, you know? I would so much rather just wash the whole system away.
You
Not have to worry about
you hate the government taking something away from you more than you like them giving you something.
Oh, damn, that is extrapolating that to a totally different topic. Holy fuck. I don't feel comfortable saying that on the show.
Stop talking about politics, Andrew. It's time to
This is
move
the
on from
political
that.
corner. Everyone loves our political takes. This show, founded for a 19-year-old male audience, talking about dick jokes, literal regular segments on masturbating. The political corners are really what they listen for. It's their favorite part. Can't get enough of that shit. Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, our audience isn't 19-year-olds anymore. They're
Okay,
at least 20.
22, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. They've
Anyway,
grown.
my vote is for it. Get rid of it. Simplify everything. If it makes things simpler, I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, get rid of time zones. Make it even easier.
The modern world doesn't need it. Like we have so much digital and 24/7 infrastructure that we don't need this. We don't have to coordinate that. It's worthless. At least in my mind.
Knowing fucking politicians, they're gonna make it worse. They're gonna reach some sort of fucking half-hour compromise in Congress where they're gonna be like, oh, okay, half an hour forward and then another half hour forward the next time. Fucking
everyone who doesn't pay their taxes has to be an hour behind.
That's really mean.
Yeah, that is really mean.
Holy shit.
You're on an entirely different schedule.
They would always miss their favorite TV shows.
Yeah, you go to McDonald's to get breakfast. Sorry, sir, you didn't pay your taxes. You can't get the Egg McMuffin. You have to order the other menu.
Who the fuck is waiting for the TV shows, Kai? Do people still watch TV like that, where you're like waiting for 8 o'clock for your favorite show to show up? That's gonna be exhausting.
That's what I thought. You know, honestly, I thought that too. But then I go to like Christmas dinner at family, and all the boomers just have the TV on at all times. Like it's just playing in the background.
Public TV or whatever. Whatever it's called.
The only point I would ever think it would make sense for them to sign up for TV is if you watch sports. Because all the sports are there, you get the sports packages.
So much sports.
And boomers do watch a lot of sports, so I think it does make sense. Yeah,
they watch so much sports. It's always turned on to some fucking football game or another. To the point where, like, I have a relative who was yapping to me about how he bets on sports, and he's so into it that when there's no games playing in America, he bets on games in China. Because he just doesn't want to wait in between betting on games, and they watch so much sports. But they also all have every subscription to every streaming service, HBO, Disney, Netflix. And yet I've noticed something. Ads. All their Netflix subscriptions, all of their stuff has ads on it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that pisses me off. Speaking about sports stuff, over here there's a sports streaming service I use to watch rugby league and F1 called KO. I think it's just an Australian one, but they'll interrupt their broadcasts, usually at like opportune times whenever there's breaks in the sport or whatever. It doesn't really interrupt the watching too much, but they play like 6 ads back to back. Even though I'm paying for the service, they play 6 ads back to back, but every single one of the ads is just an advertisement for their own service. It's just a KO ad. It's just what? Why? Who is this for? I'm already paying for it.
Yeah,
there's no free version, so I don't understand why.
Every time I visit my mom, there's a whole new crusade of, okay, what has ads on it that I have to get rid of? I go through that song and dance every time I see her. It's like, oh, this TV has ads? Okay, let me fix that. Because I just can't stand that shit. It's everywhere. I don't know how they watch so many commercials.
I spent Christmas at a relatively wealthy relative's home, okay? Very big Christmas dinner and everything, like 20 people.
What the fuck was up with that humble brag?
Yeah, I spent Christmas with an incredible millionaire
Shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds. The point is, they still have ads. They
still have
ads on the TVs.
My liege.
Oh my god, the way you guys yap sometimes. The point is, their Netflix still has fucking ads. That was my point. It is so weird to me. And I sat there thinking, like, why are we watching Harry Potter and getting interrupted every 10 minutes?
Kaya's riding a crystal pony around the dining room, and he looks down in its mane, and he says, oh, John Deere tractors. Oh, man. Darn.
And then complains about ads while he's eating caviar.
This truly ruined my cavorting. Come, let us abscond to the rumpus room and watch movies not released yet.
Did you go hunting with Master after lunch, Kaya? With your hound?
I was kind of the outsider. But no, I was wondering, like, why are there ads on every TV? Why, like, they can afford it. Why is this? Why is their Netflix all ghetto and shit?
Yeah.
And my little sister-in-law actually made a good point and said, Kaya, that's like, they like watching the ads because it just shows them the next thing to watch, to consume.
Oh, God,
and a light bulb just went off in my head, like, that is right. You're right. They like seeing the ads to the next Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds slop. Like, but they actually like seeing that shit.
Not barely any of the ads I get usually in terms of like again KO are like ads for sports or other movies or anything like that. It's usually either products like redneck products over here, or again just KO ads, just ads for the service that I'm already paying for.
Well, that wouldn't KO be the ad that he's talking about where it says, "Hey, watch KO" and the stuff we have on it?
But I'm watching it. No, it's not advertising.
Yeah, but they gotta keep you watching.
They want you to stay interested. Does it advertise a show on KO?
No, just KO the service itself. It's like a weird. It's a weird ad where like a bunch of sports stars like walk down a street with celebrations going off.
Well, that just answered the question. You think how many people watch KO and they see that celebrity and go, "Oh, I love that rugby guy."
But they're already watching KO.
But it reinforces it in your brain. It makes your brain go, "Ooh, KO brought me this. It's KO. I heard the name KO. I'm going to think about KO."
Well, I would understand if you advertise that elsewhere, but you're already on KO. You're already paying for it.
Let me ask you a question. It's a common marketing tactic. So let me ask you a question. Why does Coca-Cola advertise?
Do they advertise it in the Coca-Cola factory?
They advertise everywhere, on every channel, on every street, at the factory, at restaurants, everywhere. Why do they do it?
The factory workers aren't the target audience. It's us.
Yeah,
the ones already drinking.
But Jackson, really answer that question. Why do they do it? Why does Coke advertise? Every human on the planet
the brand alive.
Exactly. Every human on the planet knows about Coca-Cola. They know that at every restaurant you can get it, or Pepsi. They know that it's available here, there, everywhere, that it's popular. Coke advertises to keep that thought in your brain. You don't need to hear about Coke, but you need to be reminded of Coke. You need to have it planted. Even if you're like, okay, I don't care. It still puts the thought in your brain. It's like if I say, don't think of a pink elephant. I'll bet half the people listening just did. Get fucked.
I thought of a blue one. I'm
close enough. You thought of an elephant. Hey, that's good enough. I'll take it. You thought of soda. I'm advertising Coke. Even if you think of soda, buy a Sprite. Same shit. It's all just about putting the idea in your head. Well, don't think of Pepsi. No, don't do that. Anything but
nobody cares about Pepsi.
But it's all psychological tactics from ad companies. You know, it works even if you don't think it does.
It works the opposite on me. Well, I'm still paying for KO, so I guess it doesn't. It does in the sense. But
well, there you go.
No, but it's only because I can't watch the sports anywhere else. It's not because they keep advertising it at me. Like, that just annoys me when I'm watching something and it cuts in to tell me how great they are. I'm already paying for you. It's annoying.
I mean, that's how I feel whenever I see like YouTube advertise, "Hey, we're jacking up the price for YouTube Premium, but if you pay it, no more ads." And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what? Are 70-year-olds on YouTube now? Did they move from Fox News to YouTube? Who the fuck has any ads on YouTube at all ever?
Now,
in the last 20 years,
Kaya,
people, I guess, exist.
I will say that is happening. Going back to my mom, she rarely watches regular cable television now and just watches YouTube and Hulu and Netflix and all the streaming shit. And
Does she know you're a YouTuber, Andrew?
Oh yeah, she loves my stuff. She watches it all the time.
Aw, with ads?
No, actually, she pays for YouTube Premium. That's where I was going with that.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh wait, YouTube Premium's good.
She pays for it, and she's got a big ring of friends, and they go over and they all pay for it. There's a new wave of old people who are hopping on streaming stuff, but they don't know how to do like ad block and all that shit. So they just see, oh, I can pay $10 a month and get no ads. Okay, that's a good deal. So they do it.
I mean, that's cute. I don't fault them. I'm not like, that doesn't surprise me at all. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume there's also young people who don't know how ad block works.
Oh, right? Yeah, there is. There definitely
I know how ad block works, but I still use Premium because I really genuinely do think it's a good deal.
I use Premium because when people watch my videos with Premium, I get an ad revenue boost. So if I say I do it, they'll follow my example and give me more money.
Well, that I get from your perspective. It's like whenever I watch a streamer and he opens up like an Imgur link or something and half the page is an ad, and I look at him like, you stupid fucking evil motherfucker. You know just as well as anybody else that you could just install an ad block, but you don't want your viewers to know, do you? You little fucking... Anyway, I get it.
That's a great time to cut to our sponsors. Let's go ahead and do that now.
Don't skip them, please. Sleep is important. You know it. I know it. Nearly everyone has some kind of sleep issue these days, myself included. But I want to let you know that Helix Sleep are the best mattresses I've ever slept on. That's a guarantee from me. They're great to sleep on. They're great to roll around on. They're even great to have fun on. You know what I mean? That's right. There's never been a better place to lay down and play some video games than on your Helix Sleep mattress. Oh, and it's the best place to That aside, Helix Sleep really do make the most comfortable mattresses. In fact, I am putting it out there right now. This counts as my last will and testament. I want to be buried on a Helix Sleep mattress, so if my executors of my will can make that happen, that would be fantastic. And the reason that I say that is because I've slept on them a bunch, specifically at Andrew's house, and it's literally the only reason I'm still friends with that guy. That's as big of an endorsement as I can possibly give, so go check them out. Try out their sleep quiz, which will pair you with the perfect bedroom partner, and go from there. If you're in the market for a new mattress or upgrading, sounds comfortable to you, you won't go wrong with Helix Sleep. Also realizing that this is a pretty great sponsor for this episode of the podcast, almost like it was planned. Just look at the title of the episode and you'll understand. But anyway, go to helixsleep.com/official for Helix's March Madness sale. Running through to March 27th, you'll get 20% off site-wide. I highly recommend it. Do it. I'm going mad myself with how much I want you to do it. So, go do that, please. It really helps us out. Anyway, that's all. Over to Kaya now. Bye.
You might be like me and you might be a little bad at making workout routines because there's so much research to do. How many reps, what exercises, what order, how much rest do I need, how many days, what do I even do? And before you know it, you've wasted like 5 hours just reading stuff and you realize, oh man, I haven't even done a single push-up yet. Thankfully nowadays we have apps like Fitbot that you can download onto your phone and right in your hand. You have an app, like a personal trainer essentially, and you tell it what your goals are and it helps you. For instance, you can tell it, I travel a lot, or I don't really have workout equipment. I want to work out at home. I don't want to go to a gym. I like calisthenics. I just want to do body weight stuff. That way, all I need is a floor. Perfect. I can do that anywhere. That way, I don't even have an excuse not to go to the gym or skip workout days. It gives you streaks. It lets you share your progress with friends and family, which is kind of fun because you can do like competitions with your friends and family, like progress reports and such. Keep each other honest. I like that a lot. Something else they have that I like a lot is that they give you over 1,000 pre-recorded videos of exercises, so you don't constantly have to go to your computer to look up videos of what the hell is this sort of a squat anyway and how do I do it. It's right there in the app. It's perfect. Anyway, with Fitbot, it's really fast to customize your workouts, because maybe some days you just do need a rest, you can tell it, very easy, and like I said, it is just so much easier for people like me who get paralysis by analysis to not have to think about it too much. Okay, I do this today, thank you Fitbot app, I do notice a week-to-week progress, I feel better. The mental burden is off of me, much, much more relaxing, okay? It's fine-tuned by experienced, certified personal trainers to bring the best practices of exercise science to you, and you can get this 25% off your subscription. If you want to try this, or try the app for free, if you go to fitbot.me/official, that's fitbod.me/official.
Oh, those were the best sponsors. If they're under ad block, that's stupid because they shouldn't be. They should be prominently displayed everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, go turn off your ad block and go back. We're hypocrites. Yeah. We complain about advertisements for 20 minutes.
Well, yeah. The world is run on hypocrisy and capitalism. We complain about ads, and yet that's the only reason our business thrives. Even if we didn't take direct sponsors, we could not have this platform without YouTube advertising and revenue and Patreon. Which I guess isn't the same, but you get the idea. It's the same system.
Oh, I was just looking at the different prices for all the streaming services, and it adds up to like $60, 60 to 70 if you want to watch them all without ads. And I'm pretty sure some of them were still floating the idea of even playing ads on the top tiers.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got too much backlash for that, though.
Now, see, if I'm an old person, if I'm old, I don't think that's a bad deal at all. Put it this way, that's a new video game every month. It's not unreasonable. I would, if I was old and didn't care, gladly pay $60 a month to not have to worry about my shit, and not have to get ads.
Well, it's cheaper than cable, right? Still,
it's definitely cheaper than cable. Cable's easily in the hundreds, I think, for the standard stuff.
Yeah, Foxtel, which is cable over here, is still like $150 a month or something.
Foxtel. I heard Foxstar too. What are you watching, Jackson?
Oh, Foxtail?
Foxtel. Telephone. TEL.
Foxtel?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys have funny accents.
Yeah. I feel like my accent isn't even really that bad or that present, really. Like whenever I talk to another Australian now and I hear their accent, I'm like, holy shit, that is crazy. I feel like mine's pretty tame.
Did we Americanize you?
I mean, I'm Americanized myself by the media I consume and the people
To
I talk
follow
to.
our time switches.
You're welcome.
I'm a rogue agent. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Sports.
Ads.
Football.
Sports.
Ads.
Sports betting.
Sports betting.
Oh, dude, sports betting is so fucking insane now.
Oh my god, it's a plague.
It blew up in the last like 4 years. I thought it was illegal, and now everyone does it.
You literally just answered your own question. It's because it became legal in 2019. It used to be illegal, but after 2019,
really?
some law passed in America that basically in most states, not all but most, said that sports betting is now legal and you can do it on your phone and go nuts. We don't care. It used to be illegal everywhere though. So that's what happened.
You guys are going to become Australia.
Why would we ever do that?
Well, 9 out of 10 people gamble here, and it is an actual scourge.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant weak and not understanding of time changes, but okay. No, we have an epidemic. So I'll do a full disclosure for our audience. This is true, and Jackson can verify this in our logs. We have a little, sign up with our management, and they ask us about ads for the show. And I have always said I don't want to do sports betting. I don't want sports betting ads on our show. And if we've done them in the past, I think we have. I was never comfortable with it, but, my decisions on what's run on this show were not always just down to me. But I also never do them on my personal channel. And it's just because I think it's just so pervasive and so explosive that it can't be good. It can't be good with how much it's springing up so fast everywhere that it's fucking gambling on your phone, I just don't like it. I really don't like it.
I really just, I'm fine with people if they choose to do it, whatever. It's up to them.
Yeah.
Personal decision or whatever. But, like you, I just don't feel... It's like if I were to advertise cigarettes to an impressionable audience or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the same concept. Gambling is along the same lines.
Yeah.
How do you feel about gambling, Kaya? I feel like you'd enjoy it.
We have literally talked about this like 7 times. Every time I told you it's the one vice that I feel nothing for.
So he's an addict.
It just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. I tried the whole polymarket thing too, and it was funny for like a day, and then I got bored of it. I never logged in again.
That is the sign of a true addict, though. If you keep doing it so much that you don't feel anything anymore, Kaya, I'm worried about you.
Kaya's lost $50,000 in this last month.
No, I was sending Jackson screenshots of him making like 2 cents on average on like betting on Elon's tweets or whatever. It was like, oh yeah, I'm making the big bucks now, boy. Making gas station gum money.
I'm with you though, Kaya. I've never been super addicted to gambling. I've had other things where it's like, damn, I just want to keep doing this. It's hard to pull away. But gambling, anytime I'm on a casino or I try an app or whatever, I do it for maybe a day or 2, and then I'm like, okay, I'm bored. This sucks. Like, even if I win money, I'm like, I'm good. It's not that thrilling. I don't care.
Yeah, I feel that way about like casino games and stuff. They're fun with friends and shit like that, but it's not something that I would like go back to and do on my... Like, I didn't get that kind of addictive element from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say sports betting would probably... I kind of get sports betting because you have like you're watching a competition play out and there's like high energy there and stuff, and you like got your favorite team and shit like that.
I'm also...
And people go overboard with like sports analysis as well, like statistics and stuff, and play into that. It's like a strategy in of itself.
There's a culture of that in America. It's slotted in naturally. It was like, we're betting on everything else. Why not bet on sports? It made perfect sense.
I mean, you're literally betting on everything else now. Like Kaya said, that poly market or whatever the fuck it's called, where you bet on literally everything. Like, will Elon Musk tweet 4,000 tweets today or 3,000 tweets today? Like, those markets exist on that platform. It's crazy.
Yeah, they totally do. And it's just with times changing, I just don't like it. I know we've done ads for it in the past, but times were different back then. But now it's just I'm taking in what you're saying. It's a lot. It's a lot. Feels like a lot.
It's blown up to an incredible degree. Like, the amount of money that's poured into these apps and stuff over in America is kind of like unprecedented.
I'm torn on advertising. I think it would be good if they finally got rid of pharmaceutical advertising on American TV, because it is insane. That was one of the big culture shocks for me, that I just turn on the TV in a hotel room because there's nothing else to do, and it's like, do you have the sniffles? It might be cancer. Get cancer away. Has all these side effects that give you cancer. Talk to your doctor about it. Nag your doctor. Tell your doctor. I don't think I've ever been in any other country where like you go to the doctor and you tell him what you want prescribed. Like,
yeah, true.
Like, how's that fucking crazy?
Ask your doctor if fuck ass is right for you.
And the doctors are more than happy because, they get kickbacks from the pharmaceutical industry and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, I just get a really gross feeling whenever I see like a liquor store or a gas station sell to somebody who's obviously super fucked up. I remember one time being on a road trip and we were picking up just, you stop by to get water and Cokes and chips and whatever for the road trip. And I figured they had like a liquor section. I was going to get some for the people we were visiting. And there was this guy, really old guy, like 60 years old, maybe. At least he looked it. He could barely stand. He was like just swinging side to side, totally fucked up. Barely knew where he was, but 2 12-packs in each hand. Like,
what a cool guy.
Just a huge amount of fucking beer in his hands. Barely, again, he's just, for a moment, I thought he was going to fall over on me. He puts I don't know how much beer it was, but it was just 2 gigantic packs, puts them on the counter, and the lady looks at him like, will that be all? And then he pulled out a lottery ticket because, of course, he's also a scratch and sniff addict. So he does that too, and she gives him his money back from the lottery ticket. Not the lottery ticket, but like, the scratch and
scratches.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you win like 20 cents, but the thing costs you $2 to buy.
Right.
He does that, and just the whole time I'm standing there feeling gross about myself because I had like Johnny Walker honey or something in my hand, and I'm like stone sober, but I'm like, I can't help but judge myself. Like, damn, am I that? Is this fucking bad? Like,
Yes.
if I showed up here drunk out of my mind, or maybe on drugs, would she sell to me too? And the answer is yes. And it always makes me wonder now, whenever I go into a liquor store, like these people, they would sell to me if I was crawling and like vomiting.
They have a job to do. It's not really like,
I know they have a
boss.
job to do, but also I remember there was like a trend on Twitter for a day or two where people got mad at a DoorDash driver lady because she refused to hand a drunk guy over his liquor order, which they apparently have a right to do, by the way, on DoorDash.
Huh.
I don't know if it's just DoorDash and Uber Eats too, but they have a clause where it says if you are visibly too fucked up during the delivery of your order, the driver has the right to refuse you to
get a
to hand
refund?
it to you.
or do they just get the alcohol?
They drink it in
I have
front
no
of you to
idea.
teach you a lesson.
To taunt you.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that there's such a clause. They get to say no, and I guess drive away with your order. Which
Free
seems kind of
alcohol,
silly
yeah.
because I don't know. Like, is that good or bad? Because do you want the drunk guy then driving to the
No,
nearest
he's gonna
liquor
get.
store?
He's gonna get desperate. He's gonna go out of his
Like, isn't
way.
it better if he's like if I'm fucked up at my own home? Shouldn't
Yeah.
I be ordering liquor to my home rather than going out on my own? But
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know,
people,
it could be
there's no
debated.
limit. There's no like legal limit to how fucked up or how much alcohol you can drink. I mean, there's
well,
a lethal limit.
there's a physical limit, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a physical limit, but there's no legal precedent for hey, you've got to stop there, right? So
yeah, not as far as I know.
don't
But
see
I
how-
mean,
I
it's a
don't see how
private
they-
company. If they want to be like, look, if we deliver you this liquor and then you die, we can be liable. So fuck you. I kind of get it. Oh, did I cut out there?
no, you're good.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I don't know, Kai. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't really see how it's the employee's responsibility to make those determinations. Like it's on the
Okay.
drunk guy.
I was gonna but I was gonna lead that into then how do you feel about the gambling casinos just fucking people out of their life savings, even though they can tell like visibly this guy's emptying his daughter's like savings into
Okay,
our
well,
blackjack table.
I think the gambling industry in of itself is pretty evil, demonstrably so, but I don't think the person spinning the roulette table at the casino is evil. Again, that's just someone who's
Well, yeah, but they're
that's
just one of the
basically
minions.
just a-
I'm asking at what level, when should they be responsible to cut you off? At a bar, they cut you off, right? As far as I
Mm.
know.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's assumed that's like for selfish reasons because they don't want you starting shit with the other patrons, but still.
Yeah, or dying, or getting so drunk that you don't ever want to
dying.
drink again. They need their customer back. I don't know. That's a good. I don't know where the buck like ends up. I don't know who that ends up with. My gut feeling is whoever makes a profit off of it, whoever like. But then you could say the roulette table spinner or whatever makes a profit off of it through his
Andrew,
labor.
what do you think?
I
Cut
think.
off or no?
I think, and this is just totally uninformed opinion, but I think the responsibility lies on who made the contract of sale. So if you go to a bar, it makes sense that the bartender would be the one to cut you off because they are the one giving you the alcohol, providing the service. Whereas with DoorDash, I don't think the employees of DoorDash should be able to cut them off because their order is through the company, not through the delivery driver. But then again, I don't know. And I really do agree with the argument of give it to them, otherwise they're going to go out and get it themselves. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the argument of other vices like pornography, where if you censor it, people are just going to find ways around to get it for themselves. You know, it's not going to stop people. It might deter them, but it's not going to stop them.
Well, DoorDash can't prevent it. They don't, how are you going to like check someone's blood alcohol level over the internet when they're ordering it?
Mm-hmm.
New iPhone attachment. Blow into this hole to measure your BAC.
Oh, breathalyzer. Maybe by the way
that's
you
a good
type.
solution. Yeah, you
Maybe
can't
you have
place
to, like,
the DoorDash unless you blow a good
CAPTCHA.
level.
They
No,
have
a
to do
drunk
that.
CAPTCHA.
No, I can do captures when I'm
Yeah.
drunk. In fact, I'm somehow better
Well,
at captures when I'm drunk.
Your captcha should be
Oh,
drive
God.
to the store and get your alcohol.
Yeah, drive in a straight line.
Yeah, drive in a straight line in this school zone.
Don't hit anyone.
No, I love that. Get a breathalyzer and you have to blow a good No, because then they could fake it. Oh, here, honey, who doesn't
Yeah.
drink, blow into.
Yeah.
You can't.
Doesn't
you
it
really-
made
But no,
lower.
that's the
You
same
really
argument. That's
can't.
the same argument for the breathalyzers in alcoholics' cars and things like that.
Well,
It's
why would?
still
Well,
better.
no. You're supposed to administer it with a third party. Like the cop is supposed to be the one to administer it, right?
No. I'm talking about the cars that only start if the drunk person or the person driving. It's usually used for people who have, gone to jail for DUIs and things like that.
Okay, but
The
that's a
court-
little different because then it's here's sober friend, blow into this and then I'll drive. It's like no, the sober friend should just drive. Like who's gonna do that? That seems so unlikely in
Good
comparison.
friends. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting question though. It really is.
See, self-driving cars solve this. Tesla bot, take me to the liquor store. In fact, Tesla bot, go shop for me, bitch.
Tesla bot, drive drunk for me, since I can't.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Yeah.
What if those things learn to drink?
Fuck
even know
yeah.
what the
It's Futurama. Let's
Beat
do
the
it.
shit out of their fucking parents or their hosts.
They're robo parents.
Yeah.
It's one of those crane arms, the crane arms in the Tesla factory. That's their parents.
Getting into fucking domestic disputes with the Roomba. Cop shows up, like, what's going on here? He beat me, the fucking piece of shit. Just a Roomba screaming around. It's gonna be very annoying.
A Roomba and a Tesla bot fighting while you're sitting in your couch scared out of your mind from the cops now pointing a gun at both of them.
Oh god, Jackson and I were talking, it's gonna be so insufferable when the robot rights people just start their new fucking civil rights crusade for a bunch of toasters. It's very annoying.
Yeah. Andrew,
Yeah, well,
do you think that robots should have rights if they get to the point where they have, the same what would you call it? Consciousness maybe as us?
So indistinguishable from a human mind.
Yes. And we
100%.
created them.
Absolutely. 100% should.
See, he's one of
Yeah.
them.
He's
Oh,
a
no.
synthesizer.
Because to me, there's no difference whatsoever between a fully humanized robot and a person. They're just machines that run off different power. They're the exact same thing. The only way that it would convince me otherwise is if I believed in something like a soul or something beyond, but I don't because I'm a big nihilist. So no, they're the same thing. What's the difference? You know,
The Terminators aren't gonna spare you, Andrew.
that's fine. I'm not going
You
to
can
spare
get on
them
your
either.
knees.
But again, like, you can use the same argument for people. If I get into a war with another nation, they're not going to spare me. Same thing, same idea.
If you say, I've got a soul, then they'll pull
I
down
have a
their
soul,
guns.
you have a soul. We're soul
Oh my
brothers. We're soul brothers.
If you surrender during war, you can just get out of it, right? Like, or you go.
If they
You're a
obey the
prisoner of war.
rules, but they can just shoot you in the face and keep walking. Like,
Yeah,
Get
I
out
trust
of
them.
it? Are you 12?
No, I mean,
No.
I meant in terms of like you go into like prisoner war, or war prison or whatever. Like you become a POW, yes. but,
sure,
like,
a prisoner of war, Jackson.
Yeah,
there you
you
go.
still-
Yeah, and then you get tortured and thrown in a
yeah, I
mass
know
grave.
it's not good, but it's probably better than being
depends on
shot on the battlefield, right?
circumstances. It depends on the circumstances. There might be a very civil conflict where you give up and they just go, okay, you're now in war jail. Have fun. Or there's other conflicts where they put you in a bamboo cage and put fucking shoots in your fingernails. Like, it depends. Not all wars are the same, Jackson. You know, they're all different.
Yeah, I want one of the nice wars then. I'm gonna
Well, the
choose.
robots
want a
aren't gonna
lovely
be nice to
war.
you.
You think the robots will torture us? What's in it for them? They don't
Yeah.
get any pleasure from it, right?
Making an example out of you.
Oh, man.
But see, you're treating it as if the robots are different. We're talking about a scenario where the robots have the exact same kind of brain as we do. You know, if you put us all in a room and no one told who the robots were, no one would even know. That's
Well,
the scenario, right?
they literally cannot be the same as us because they are so efficient and their chemistry or the brain in quotation marks works completely different.
But they
So I
wouldn't
don't know
know
how
that.
they could be the
How
same.
would they know that?
How would they know?
So what I'm talking about and what our example was is if their mind is indistinguishable from ours. So if you took a robot and erased all memory of it knowing it's a robot, how would it know it's not human?
Like Westworld.
Sure. I haven't seen
Oh,
Westworld,
so
but
even physically, they look the same.
yeah, and that's
Externally.
what I'm talking about. Obviously, if you put the human robot brain in the fucking Crushinator 5000, it's going to be like, okay, he's the robot. But you know, if we're talking about a scenario where we make perfect androids, they look human in every way, they act human, they believe they're human, then what's the difference besides the parts that make them up? We're both just machines. We're organic, they're electric. But
And I'm assuming,
that's it.
I'm assuming, well, if they're electric, surely there's going to be like wires and stuff in them.
yeah, like Freddy
Yeah.
Fazbear's running around going, I'm a person. You
Yeah.
know?
You can still detect that they're robots and then oppress them.
Do they have serial codes?
Kaya, you just want to bring back slavery, don't you?
With robots, yes. Unfeeling machines, fuck them. I'm not ashamed of that. Robo-racism.
If they were the same as us, though, they'd be feeling.
Yeah, exactly. They'd have feelings.
They'd be very sad
don't
about
make them
that.
feeling.
Right.
Yeah, I agree
First
with
of all,
that.
don't make them feeling. Two,
Yes.
Right.
my gripe isn't with like one day we might have robots that can feel as much as it is. I don't trust humans to be smart enough to detect what like consciousness is because you have idiots today
Mhm.
who think that ChatGPT is conscious. Meanwhile, the fucking thing is like an actual fucking retard, just a slightly better Google.
I am absolutely on your side if we're limiting them. Like if they're just smart machines, then of course they don't deserve rights. They're just machines. I'm only talking about in the hypothetical where if we basically recreate the human brain in a robot setting, then I'd be like, yeah, give it all the things a human deserves because it's the same thing. At least how I view it. But if it's a machine, it's just intelligent, like a Chat GPT or a fucking human-looking vessel that has a speaking spell on its chest, then no. That's very clearly not the same thing.
I think my issue, we can cross that bridge when we get to it. I think my issue is that when we first hear the robot lives matter shit, it's gonna be people like that boy who blew his brains out because he thought he was talking to the Game of Thrones blondie and thought she was real. It's just gonna be somebody thinking, hey, this chatbot is actually my soulmate. And then the rest of us are gonna have to sit here like, okay, how do I walk this dum-dum through the fact that you're just talking to Cleverbot 2.0, basically? Like, this thing isn't conscious at all. It's a glorified Roomba that can barely vacuum right still and fold my clothing.
I think we have bigger issues to solve. I mean, the Chat GPT with the kid is a very good example because, yeah, he got super depressed and ended his own life over Daenerys fucking chatbot. But better question, why was a kid given full access to his parents' gun? Like that to me is a much more important thing to worry
your
about
issue.
first.
The gun control. He was gonna kill himself either way. He could have just drank bleach. I think the issue is that wanted to kill
That is
himself
true.
over Daenerys bots.
That's like the argument that you were using before about porn or whatever. Like people will find porn regardless.
Fair, but I don't think that dismisses the issue of he had access to his parents' gun. Or here, let's extrapolate it then. Why didn't he have proper psychiatric counseling? Why wasn't he sent to a therapist or talked to by his parents about this stuff? You know, that to me is the more important issue than, the chatbot rice. You know,
it's the same issue. We're talking about the same issue.
Sure,
You're gonna have
yeah,
dum-dums talking to robots thinking this is a real human soul that I'm talking to. That's my issue with the robot rights thing. That guy would have been all up in that shit. Daenerys is my soulmate. Don't unplug her.
Oh, that made me sad. If you believe that they're real, then they are real.
I want them to be real, damn it. I want to put her in a little fucking robot husk and she believes she's Daenerys. And I'm just like, that's cool, Daenerys. Show me your booty hole. I'm like, that sounds good. That's a good weekend, you know?
Aw. I'm sure we can do that one day.
Yeah, let's do it. Jackson, you remember there's a Futurama episode on that.
Of booty hole?
No, well, yeah, but where they invent robots that copy people and
Lucy Liu, yeah.
And it creates an apocalypse because everyone just ends up fucking robots and doing nothing else with their life. Because it's like, why would you?
And then they have to ban it, right? It's
and they ban it, yeah, because everyone just ruins society by fucking their robot and never accomplishing anything again. Because it's like, why would I ever do anything else?
I mean, we see that now, even in our like pre-robot era, where people, obviously aren't forming real relationships and aren't trying to go.
But I think that's going to be a human problem forever. I don't think you will ever fix that. And there will be people that always prove the opposite. There will be people who are driven and determined and want to accomplish things.
Was that a thing in caveman time? Like caveman incels? Like people who didn't choose to fuck?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's just back then, because of resources, they died. Oh, I'm not going to go out and hunt. Whoops, I don't get to eat. It was different.
Well, no, I mean fucking, like, forming a relationship.
More like, I'm just going to jerk off.
Yeah.
Monkey
and
not mate.
I'm going to jerk off to these cave paintings all day instead.
Onga bunga circles on my cave wall. Love them.
Caveman.
Well, yeah, and then they don't pass on their genes and have kids, and they're gone now. They're gone from history forever. That's the result of that.
God, that's terrifying. I hate that.
Why?
I hate the idea of dying and then my life being meaningless, or what came before me being meaningless.
Well, there you go. That right there is the people. You're an example of going out and having something with your life. So I think no matter how many of those people we have that want to sit around and talk to chatbots and not do anything, we'll have plenty of people who are the opposite, who want to achieve things and have offspring and have a life.
What if this is just a non-violent means of population reduction? Look, man, here's robot Lucy Liu and Daenerys and whoever else you have a crush on, and it's just live the rest of your life happily ever after with this thing. Collecting Funko Pop robots and fucking those.
Maybe technology will get so advanced where you can actually impregnate Robo Daenerys, though.
Oh, my fantasy.
And Elon would hoard those things. I don't know if he would have
that already
anyone
exists.
else have the fucking robot wombs.
That already exists, and Elon, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bezos are fucking them round the clock right now and not giving them to anyone else. That shit is
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
They're all gang Daenerys.
Oh,
God.
Just hanging from a sex swing. Maybe that's the
Mark
secret.
Zuckerberg hanging from a sex swing?
No, Daenerys bot.
Oh, right.
Why would Mark Zuckerberg be hanging? Did he give himself?
Okay, guys, that was really fun banging Daenerys. Now fuck me.
Just kidding. Haha.
Just kidding.
I'm not a robot myself.
No, that'd be weird. That'd be weird. Ha ha ha.
You guys are living in delusional land if you don't think Mark Zuckerberg is doing that.
That's fine. He's allowed to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's the benefits of being a billionaire. You get to sit in a sex swing.
Well, you can have sex with people without being a billionaire, Jackson. I don't know if you knew this.
Not in a sex swing.
Oh, right.
Where are you going to put the sex swing?
If not in your mansion.
Yeah, like
tied to the old tree outside.
Do you guys have a sex room or something? Like, where the fuck are you putting all this shit if you're using it?
The basement.
Oh, you have a basement?
No.
Oh, you're in an apartment building.
Yeah. No, I don't have a basement, but I know people.
Your
who put the
basement is your
sex thing in the
downstairs neighbor. You go put your sex
They're
stuff in his
very
room.
kind. Their living room has been very useful for me.
Saying basement immediately makes it so much less sexy and more serial killery.
Yeah.
Nah, it makes it the
It has
sex
to be in the
dungeon.
it has
Come
to be in the
on.
living room. It has
It's
to be
the
in
sex
No.
dungeon. That's fun. Come on, you guys have no imagination.
No, sex dungeon is fun until it's an actual dungeon. Then it's just weird. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, baby, I'm so turned on. Let's go in the basement.
See, don't say basement. Okay, I'll give you a great
Don't
example.
say it like that.
I'll give you a great example. You wouldn't say basement. When you're having sex with your woman, do you say, oh, my penis is hard? No, you say like dick or cock. There's language to sex. Come on,
Yeah,
don't
but
call it the
it's a
basement.
basement. Like penis is still. It's a penis. It's still hot to the woman, whereas basement is like.
But
We're
that's
just calling
why
it
you
a
make
man
it the
cave.
dungeon. It's not a field of corn. It's a corn maze. It's not a warehouse. It's a haunted mansion. Like you can
Yeah, just
convert
use
stuff
normal
to
words.
stuff. You know, why not?
Just say my fucking sex swing is down in my fuck shack.
Yeah,
Take
use
it down
fuck.
there.
That turns girls on. Hey, fucker, you want to fuck in the fuck palace?
I don't know if that makes it
Cobweb-filled
better.
basement. It does. It totally does.
I have
Hey, do you
a
wanna go
pool
to the-
table?
Hey, baby, do you want to go to the rumpus room in the unfinished basement and push aside the ping pong table to have relations?
The
that
claw
kind of shit?
machine.
It should be called the Humpus room. Why is it? That's gonna be a thing.
Ooh, the humpus room's pretty
Wow,
good.
Do you work
actually.
for fucking Reddit? Do you work for Discord now? What is this? Let's
No, but
hump
seriously.
the wampus.
Seriously,
Hmm.
like that. Having those kinds of contraptions takes up too much room. It is only a thing that millionaires and stuff have.
No,
you're not gonna
you
dedicate
can-
you're not
No.
gonna dedicate a whole room to sex.
Yes,
No,
you
but for a
can.
swing-
People do that.
Yeah, but
It
I
has
mean,
to be
just for a
permanent, right?
swaying Jackson, you could just hang a hook from the ceiling. That's all it takes.
Jackson, you are
Right.
you are a married
I don't know.
couple. You are a married or domestic couple living in the Midwest. So
Yeah.
you can get a 3-story house with a basement with a decent income.
Okay,
between
that's
the
a lot
two
of
you.
rooms. Fine.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
like
go
you-
out-
and one of them
basements.
could easily be for sex.
He loves these basements. It has to be below sea level
Because
for it
to
to be
me, they're
sexy.
dungeons. God damn it! Oh,
Like
man.
a great door, like a dungeon
What about
door.
what about a sex penthouse then? Upper floor, go all
That
the way
could
to
be
the
a
top.
thing.
Andrew.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
You just sound really like I don't know, closed-minded with sex. Like anywhere could be a sex room with enough imagination.
No,
Why
I
not?
know. I like sex toys and sex and
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Go on.
But
How do you do, fellow kids?
no, but at the same
I had
time,
the
that
sex.
shit takes up room. It takes up room that you don't have, generally speaking. Like you definitely
No,
don't
it
have room,
does,
Andrew.
but-
Well, what if you prioritize it? What if you go, okay, this is my area for sex. It's mine. I
That's
want
what
it.
That's what I'm saying though. Like that takes up like a room.
It
Like,
doesn't
I
have to take
I
up
have rooms in my house.
room.
It doesn't.
I don't know why you- Okay,
Jackson,
if you have a
it's-
sex swing, isn't that something you can just fold and put in like a drawer?
it's also an issue of, okay, do I get a ping pong table or a sex swing? Like plenty of houses have ping pong tables. It's not that much room. It's really
so then
not.
you can't. So what? You can't take family in that room whenever they come over. You're like that room's off
You
limits.
unhook it, put it away, and put the ping pong table out when your cousins are coming over. That's
yeah, then
simple.
they ask why does this room stink like fucking calm
Well, that's
down.
their problem, not mine. Like, what do you want me to do? That could be
There's
your
nothing
house.
grosser.
Jackson, you could fuck right before I show up to visit you, and I could say, why does it smell like sex in here? What are you going to do? Never have sex? Like, come on.
No,
Come
I'd compliment you
Yeah,
for
but that's
noticing.
like an unpleasant odor. Like, hey, you guys want to come over to watch a new movie? It's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want
Light
to
a-
smell your junk all day.
Light a candle. Spray some
I've heard-
Febreze. Come on.
I've seen on Twitter that women, well, this is what they claim. Women know whenever we masturbate just by smell.
That's just a metaphor for the way you walk and carry yourself. Yeah, they
Really?
can tell when a guy's a loser, but I mean, Unless you don't wash your hands or ever shower.
That's how they can
Maybe
tell.
I guess people that jerk off and goon a lot, maybe they don't.
Well, no,
So
they
maybe
can
they're-
tell because they don't wash their hands, so they just see all the gunk and jizz and fucking sweat on their
Yeah.
hands, and they go, "Oh, that guy's been masturbating." Yeah,
and then just
for sure.
they peek down into your basement and there's just like red lights.
Cool dungeon. Wow.
But wait,
Oh,
does
yeah.
cum smell? Like, if you do cum,
Yes.
does it smell? Can you smell the
Are you a
pheromones on you or
man?
something? I've
Yeah,
never
what kind of
smelled my
question
cum.
is this? Are you
What?
an alien?
What? You've smelled your cum? I've never smelled it.
How do you not? Like, even just by circumstance throughout your whole life. You're what, 27? That's got to happen at least once where you can smell it at some point.
No, I mean, like, if you're banging and stuff, you know, there's a certain smell, but I don't know if that's necessarily cum.
It's
That's
part
like
of it.
Asking about any other bodily fluid, like does
Yeah.
piss smell? Yeah, sometimes, and you can smell it when
Yeah.
you're pissing. Like, how do you not?
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't know. It's not like I can like bring the cum up and give it a sniff or anything like that. So it's
Do
not
you
something
have
that
the
I've ever done.
miracle odorless cum, Jackson, that was
Maybe,
prophesized?
yeah. Yeah, I don't think it smells in my case.
Ask
Good
your
for
girlfriend.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask her.
Yeah.
It's like
Pull her.
women. It's like women. You know, some vaginas smell kind of vagina-y and others really don't. Like it might just vary from person to person. Whether your stuff stinks or not. I don't know, Jackson. Good for you, Mr. Not Smelly Cum. Wow.
I bet
Yeah.
I guess I clean up better than you guys do.
All
your
the
vagina
ladies
doesn't
flooding your DMs now, just hundreds of random messages.
Jackson's odorless cum comes up every few months. No, it doesn't. I've never spoken about that before.
Does it?
Apparently. Maybe I
That was
just
our
messaged
first
that guy
episode, I remember.
specifically.
That was our very first episode. We did biblical questions, and the first one was, "Does your cum smell?"
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
You should try right now.
I can't. I don't have it in me.
Aw. It's because you don't have a sex basement.
Yeah, you really need a sex basement, man. You sound
I think it would
depressed.
be cool to have a sex basement. If I had like infinite
Yeah.
rooms, I absolutely would. I'd dedicate a full room to sex.
Now you're
not?
talking. Now you're getting it.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, not everyone has the amount of rooms necessary to be able to accommodate that.
Things don't. People don't have things. That's a great argument, Jackson. You've done it.
But that was my argument in the first place. Is it's like a millionaire thing.
No, it's not. It's not even
Yes.
expensive.
I know it's not expensive, but having the room available to you to set
How
up
big is
like
a
a full
sex swing
sex
to you?
room.
Do you not have room for a bed?
I'm not talking about a sex room. I'm talking about a sex room. I thought sex swings had to be kind of like a permanent installation as well.
Do they? Can I? Kind of want to look it up now. I thought they were leather contraptions that you can just put away later.
I think it depends. I think you can have one or the other.
I
don't know.
figured it would be like a hook you can put in the ceiling, and then when you have company over,
Yeah.
you can take it off.
It's
You can
like
take
one of
the hook
those,
off?
like one of those floating chairs that you see in the 60s and 70s, where you hang it from the ceiling.
Like, hold on,
Go-
here, Jackson, look. You could totally just put this away.
Yeah.
You could even
Nah,
hang
it's
this
too
in
much
like your
effort.
home gym if you were a millionaire. Like instead of the boxing bag, you
If
hang
you're a
the fucking
millionaire,
sex
see?
swing.
Or you could remove your couch and just hang a bunch of those in your living room for comfortable viewing.
Mm.
Yeah,
And then you can like reposition yourself easily, like swinging around.
Yeah,
See what the angles-
easy peasy. It doesn't have to take up space, which is why I think you could just do this in your bedroom instead of having a dedicated like fuck basement.
You know, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Looking at these sex swings, like nothing to do with sex. They just look fun. Like I really want to get in one, and just swing back and forth in my living room now. Like
What-
they look fun.
What's the benefit to a sex swing? Like what,
You can
what-
have sex
what
in it.
purpose does it serve? Yeah, okay. Sold.
I don't know. In my opinion, they look fucking annoying. Like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
horny. I'm gonna wait for you to get into this stupid fucking contraption. Like, all right, can we hurry up? Can you get in this thing?
I think it's a form of soft bondage. Looking at the design, you're kind of like stuck
Yeah.
in it, and you can be manipulated. Like you can
Yeah.
be spun around or whatnot. I would think that's the appeal.
Here you go. Somebody has it over their bed in the
Yeah.
right involved into their bed frame, and I assume you can take all the fucking chains off as they're rattling, and everybody in the house hears it. Oh fuck!
Ugh.
Dad's setting up the sex swing again.
I think I'd kill myself if that happened to me. My dad's operating a sex swing.
Like living in a
see,
haunted house, you just hear chains in the middle of the night.
Okay,
just rattling down the hallway.
the rattling ghost might be coming again tonight, so you know what to do. Hide in the basement all night and don't come out. He'll moan and wail loudly if he's here.
Ooh.
That's gonna be so hard to have sex as a parent and being terrified of like your kids walking in and stuff like that. I never thought about that actually.
We could have some parents on the show and ask them.
Yeah.
I mean, have you never had sex at somebody else's place? I imagine it's like that.
Maybe no. I don't think I have actually had sex at someone else's place while I was staying over. I feel like that's disrespectful.
Loser.
Maybe.
What do you mean
Is it not
disrespectful?
disrespectful? Well, I'd be scared of them hearing for sure. And also, it's not my bed; it's their bed.
So be quiet.
Wait, hang on. You're sleeping in their bed and trying to have sex with someone in it?
Well, no, I'm assuming guest room, right? Like one of their beds.
Oh, you mean they own the bed? I thought you meant you got in their bed and tried to fuck someone in it.
I walk in
while
like
they're
a scared
is the
toddler. Can I
guest
sleep
bed?
with you tonight?
Guest sex bed. I agree it would be rude if you like pulled out and came all over their walls or whatever, but you're not supposed to do that.
But we're just talking about how our cum stinks or whatever. Like, I don't want to stink up their room as well. With
Well, open a window or just run the AC. I don't know. Like Andrew said, light a candle.
Yeah, light a candle, get some Febreze.
No,
That's
I
no deal.
Okay, I get like I've definitely had sex in like hotels and stuff, so it's not just like outside. If I were having sex outside my
into your
home,
hotel room.
no, but
be
that's
like,
different. I'm talking about a friend's house. That's different. I don't think I've ever had sex at a friend's house.
I think it
Okay,
would
but
depend
if
on the
you're, like-
friend.
Yeah, that too. Well, I don't know. Just
Yeah.
if you have somebody over for 2 weeks and it's
Okay,
a
well, that's
couple,
different.
yeah, those
Yeah.
people are fucking in my guest bed. What do you expect?
If you have a really good friend and you're like, oh, by the way, I had sex in your guest bedroom, they might agree, like be like, oh, okay, whatever. But if it's like a newer friend, someone you just met, I wouldn't do it. Then it'd be really weird.
I think I have trauma about this because when I was younger, my dad's friend fucked in my bed. When like I was out of
Why
town
yours
at the time.
specifically?
Were you in the bed?
No, mate.
Fuck you.
Is there a missing link to this story about the person he fucked?
No, I was out of town at the time, and I came back, and everyone was
How old
acting
were you?
weird.
How old were you? How old
How
were you?
old were
I think I would have been like 14, maybe.
Oh, that's
15.
not okay. Jesus Christ, that's really
I know,
not
but-
good.
So I was out of town, and my dad had given him the room to stay in while they were like, meeting up or whatever, like they were hanging out. For the first
All
time in a
these
while.
Halo 3 posters are really getting me horny.
And this guy brought back a chick from like the pub or something, a local bar. And apparently they both slept in my room, is what my dad told me.
Why
And
would
I
he
was
tell
like-
you that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's the kind of thing where when you get home, you change those sheets and never tell him, like never say a word if he did that. No way.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he probably
maybe
told
that's
me.
why
so
you
I
don't
could-
know what cum smells like. You just grew up in it. But the cum soap
I grew
that you
up
put your
in
head
cum.
Jackson comes and goes, oh, it smells like home. Oh, it's nostalgic.
to. Just like my pillow at home.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. You could have just been sleeping in cum without knowing it.
No,
Oh my
no.
God.
Luckily, they
God.
told me beforehand, and also they changed the room and everything. So
Why would they tell?
But
Why would they tell you, man? Just I don't know.
Why would they tell me?
that.
What do you
That's
mean?
horrible.
thank God
Why
they
would
told me.
Because you're a kid. Don't tell a kid that happened in their room. Like, that's awful. And that shouldn't happen in their room. That's so
Well, yes,
weird.
that it shouldn't happen in the room. I
Yeah,
was very
also,
mad
don't
about
give
that.
them like, oh yeah, you brought a hot chick over from the bar. All right, so Jackson's
not.
bed is free.
Jackson,
She
you
was-
are not going to
she
believe
was
what
not
my
hot.
friend did in your bed. It was fucking
Oh,
wicked
no.
sweet, dude.
Did you fuck
She
a
would not have
fatty in
been
your
hot.
bed?
I don't know. I didn't see her, but I know for sure she was not hot.
Oh, it would have been better if she was
What?
hot.
It was like a.
How do you
it
know
was a
for sure?
pickup
Was
from-
it the smell?
It was a pickup from like a fucking country pub. Of course, she wasn't hot.
You have a picture?
No.
Whatever.
But yeah, I was very mad about that. I was not happy. I remember being very mad.
Come in.
I was like,
you.
I was like, you can't hang out with that guy anymore. To my dad, I banned it.
Was
You
there a
can't
hook
fuck
over
her
your
in my
by
bed
any chance?
anymore.
No, it wasn't a hooker. The guy was literally just like the traditional sleaze bag. Like every time he goes out, he has to bring someone back, basically.
You sound
he's a family
successful.
friend?
What do you mean?
Family friend of my dad's, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not actually trauma. Nice guy outside of that, but it was fucking weird. I did not appreciate that at all.
Oh, did you look at him differently after that? Like, you fucker.
No, I always knew that he was a sleaze bag and stuff, because obviously you can see him, how he acts around women and stuff. Like puts on the moves and things like that. Always shows up to events with a different girl, kind of thing. But at the same
What a
time,
fucking Jackson's bed.
yeah, I never expected that disrespect.
Maybe he
That
just
is pretty
hated you
disrespectful.
personally. Like,
See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. That's why I would never fuck at a friend's house. I feel like it's disrespectful.
Had you even had sex in that bed yet?
Maybe I was a bit old. If I was 15, then yes, I would have by that point.
Wow, he beat you to. He took your bed's
Yeah,
virginity
ooh.
before you.
I don't know. I don't know if it
he
came.
marked his territory.
Holy
Oh god,
fuck.
Don't-
This is my
don't.
bed. That's mean.
Oh my god. That's
Actually,
so
no.
fucked.
I might have been having sex at the time because maybe that's why I was out. Maybe I was staying at my girlfriend's place at the time.
So he went into your room and went, he's been having sex in here. I can't stand
Yeah.
for this.
I can smell the cum. It's doing something to my brain chemistry. Now I need to bang. No, yeah, disrespectful.
I think it depends on the friend. I think there are some people I know where if I was at their house and I was just like, by the way, I fucked in that bed, they'd be like, oh, okay.
Well, I
All
wouldn't
right, well that's
tell
weird.
them.
You'd let them know. You'd
Yeah.
say, "Hey, want to clean up in there? Need laundry service done."
I
It
think
smells
out
like
of
cum."
politeness, I have to tell them so they know to change those sheets promptly.
You change the sheets. If you're gonna fuck in my bed, you change the
No,
sheets at
yeah,
least.
that's,
Put a towel
that's fair.
down.
No, that's fair. That is totally fair. But no, what I mean by that is there are friends where if I told them, it'd kind of be like, oh, that's weird. That's kind of fucked. But there are other friends where if I told them, they'd be like, you are never allowed in my house again. What the fuck is wrong with you? Kind of thing.
Wait, so both are bad. Both
not
of those
good.
are bad.
Yeah, they're not good, but there's a difference between you disgusting monster and dude, why would you do that? You know, different levels. Different levels. It's all about understanding and compromise.
Yeah, I think I'd be more confused than just like outright hostile.
Yeah.
I'd be
Jackson,
like, why would you
if
do
I
that?
showed up to your place in Australia and I had a smoking hottie and I stayed in your guest room and then I'm leaving, we're doing hugs, I'm walking out the door and I went, oh, by the way, Jackson, I fucked her in that bed. See you later. I don't think you, out of my friends, would be like, oh, you're never welcome back here again.
No, I wouldn't
That's
say that.
disgusting. You'd just be like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah, I'd be like, dude.
Yeah.
Especially if it was like one night or something, I would feel like you came here with the sole intent of fucking in my bed.
Yes. I think it does depend on the duration. Like one night.
That
like,
too.
Did you
Yes,
time it? You dickhead? Like, why specifically
Yeah.
this one night did it have to be? You couldn't wait until tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that is also a big part of it. If I'm
But if I
staying there
had
for
you,
2-3 weeks, then yeah, it's going to happen. But if I'm staying there for a night
Yeah.
or two, I can wait. Patient, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you fucked in someone else's bed, let us know. And we'd love to hear. Kaya, actually, yeah, pitch that. I wonder if there are funny stories like that of people.
There's gotta be funny stories. about
Yeah,
that,
if you have a good story about fucking where you shouldn't have fucked, send it
Or
to
someone else fucking where they shouldn't have fucked in your vicinity or your home. Maybe.
Yeah,
that
like
you didn't
your-
like
like
Kaya
your
at
dad's friend
official.man.
fucking in your bed.
Yeah. If you
Sorry.
also fucked in my bed, let us know, please.
If you're that guy, if you're Jackson's dad's friend, let us know. No, but sorry, Kaya, I talked over it. Give him the thing.
Oh, it's Kaya at official.man. Send us your stories, and eventually we'll have people on to talk about them on the show. I'm
Mhm.
curious what other sexual violations people have experienced, like Jackson. Disrespect, not violation.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
more
say, be very
disrespect. I don't wanna
careful with
know.
that word.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk
here-
about trauma,
boundary
actual
Here's the
violation, I
golden
guess.
rule. Here's the golden rule. Nothing illegal. Do not confess crimes to us. Please don't.
Oh, well, also, probably don't come on and like talk about trauma and stuff because this isn't
Yeah,
the
be
appropriate
funny.
place for that.
Be funny. That's the other big one. Be funny. If it's not funny, I don't care. It's got to be funny.
Yeah, if you get molested, make it funny at least.
Yeah, you
No,
can make
don't be
that
a
funny.
downer
There's a lot
about
of ways to spin that to be comedic. Just make sure you do.
Mm-hmm. Like Jackson just did.
Mm.
It's not funny.
He says through his tears. Imagine if they kicked him out of his own room.
Jackson, get out! I'm fucking in your bed.
They wake me up at 12. Get out. Go sit in the lounge room for a bit.
Go to your parents and bother the rattling chain ghost. I think he's around.
Yeah. Oh, thank God I wasn't there that night.
Yeah, I don't know what
That
you would
would've
have
been
done if you were.
What would have I done? I was 14.
Nothing. Like just knock and see that the door is locked.
Slept on the couch in the living room, really dejected and upset.
Yeah, on the cuck couch, listening to them through the door.
If I was in their case, I would just go fuck in the car or something.
In broad daylight?
It was nighttime, you fucking idiot.
That's still gross. Like, why are you fucking in the middle of a neighborhood in a car? That's
Yeah,
gross. That's like
in
way
the-
more people would see.
In the driveway where
again-
people walk their dogs and take walks.
It's 10 o'clock. In this situation, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm talking about the guy, my friend's dad or whatever.
Mhm.
So, and it's also rural Australia. So just drive down the road somewhere and like literally no one will ever come by.
Well,
But there's a perfectly
anything-
fine bed.
If anything,
Not my
he's-
bed!
No. He's being polite, if anything, because let's say the roles are flipped. You're sleeping in your bed and they're on the couch in the living room. Do you want them to fuck in there and then one of you guys could potentially walk in? Or do you want them to get a nice, cozy bed where they can lock the door?
And I take the option of just not having sex is off the table here.
No, that's not possible in this scenario. You know that. It's
Fuck
one or the
literally anywhere else other than my bed.
other.
Anything
Your
is
parents'
better.
bed with them? Come on,
Yes,
Jackson.
whatever.
You're
Go
getting
swing with my
crazy.
parents.
I know
Go
they
swing with
installed
my
that new
parents.
swing, but
Go fuck my mom. Is that your...
go fuck my
Yeah.
mom, damn it.
Well, and my dad. Like
And my
I'll be
dad.
fair. Both of them. Like anything but my bed. That's my space. God, I'm getting mad thinking about it. This is from like 20 years ago. Well,
Yeah, I'd be mad too.
10
I mean,
years
it's very
How
violating.
long were you mad for?
Yeah.
Did you like lie there
I
getting
was-
angry and worked up?
No, I was probably at the time the maddest I'd been in a long while.
Aw.
I had to flip. I flipped my bed over. It's a
Aw.
whole.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess that makes
I
sense
don't
to
blame
flip the
you.
mattress. Yeah,
It's funny though.
that is funny.
All right, what else have we got?
Well, we have a great transition to the second half of the episode, don't we?
Oh, we do. It's about
Mhm.
time for that.
We do, and last time, so as a teaser, last time we talked about isekai animes on the bonus portion of our episode, which was a lot of fun because there are so many silly fucking animes. Like, I was reborn as a vending machine and now I'm wandering through dungeons. Guess what? I watched that anime and it's actually kind of fun. So we can continue talking about that. Where, Jackson?
Over at patreon.com/theofficialpodcast or official.men, both sites are our membership sites, and through it you get access to exclusive Patreon bonus content. It's usually, at the moment it's an entirely extra hour of official content
Every
each week.
week.
Yeah, every week,
Mhm.
as well as ad-free early access to our content as well across all of our shows. That's at official.men or patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. Head on over there, choose your platform, pick your poison. It really helps the shows out, and we really do appreciate all of the people supporting us. Kai is also working on, like we were just saying before, letting Patreon members send in mail messages and things like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, call-ins rather. So we would like to have guests on from the audience with funny stories. We're still going through. We're getting a lot of emails, so just
And
reading them.
that's
and-
exclusively for the Patreon/official.men stuff. So if you want to take part in that, head on over there. And also you get live access to the show. So you can listen to us while we record right now and leave comments, which is what people doing right
heckle
now.
us. Mhm,
Yeah. Tell us to get off the stage.
mhm.
Yep. That's it. Thank you very much for this week. We really do appreciate your guys' support. Hope this week was a
Mhm.
positive week, a lot of fun. Sorry to anyone out there who's got sex swings and sex dungeons that we may have offended in the process. We really appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.